All right, everybody, welcome back to another So You Summoned, or whatever I'm calling this series of videos, and you ended up with coolers. So here we are. You may or may not have gotten the 8th anniversary units, or you're just looking for a place to run cooler. I'm going to go over his details, what I think makes him special, and the teams you want to run him on. So first up, we have Cooler's leader skill. If you notice, I've been over this in the Gamma videos, and if you haven't seen those, go check them out. But Cooler is a 200% leader, which is what I think you want to be running right now in terms of leader skill. If you get a unit that doesn't have a chord issue, alright, so if you get a character that has a 200% leader skill, or right here, that's who you want to be using as a leader. It's not going to flat out say 200%. You have to kind of do the math on your own. My game is frozen again. I don't... Dude, I don't know what to do about that. Give me a second. All right, I switched over to Edge. Hopefully, like, that doesn't... Sometimes, I read somewhere that, like, if your browser consumes too much RAM, it, like, won't... I don't know, like, it freaks it out. But anyway, it cuts off a little bit over on the side. I hope that's okay. We can at least see this. But 200% leaders are the characters that you want to be building your teams around right now. And it won't say 200%. It'll say 170 plus an extra 30. Those are the characters that you want to be building your teams around right now. Because they have the most powerful leader skills. That was introduced last year during the 7th anniversary, and has been the main meta going forward. So if you pull a character, or you have a character, and you're trying to wonder, are they good enough to be a leader, check the leader skill first in their completed state, and see if it's a 200% leader skill. If it's not, probably don't want to run them as a leader. Now, Cooler is like one of the only villains that we've gotten in the past year that are good enough to run as an actual leader. Most villain units that we get are complementary or like supplementary to teams. Like Super Boo doesn't really have a team at the moment, and he's not a leader. Eventually, though, we will get like a Majin Buu, like extreme villain leader, whether that's Buu-Han, Kid Buu, something like that, and that Super Buu will be a great complementary unit on that team, but he's not really a leader. Same thing with like Golden Frieza and a lot of the other villain units that we've gotten. They aren't leaders themselves, okay? And that's kind of a big issue with villain units in general. So Cooler's one of the like main 3 villain units in the game at all right now. On global, there's really only 2. It's like you're either running this guy's team or you're running Majunior's team, and that's it. Like that's really it. You can kind of still run the Ginyu Force team. I like running the Ginyu Force team, but it's only the Ginyu Force, right? You can't really run other units on that team. Like the Ginyu Force is meant to run the Ginyu Force. So that's this. So let's get into Cooler. Cooler is kind of just like Gamma 2, or really Gamma 2 is just like Cooler, because Gamma 2 came out after Cooler. What this guy does, other than just being a villain leader, right, is that he's doing a million attacks. So, activates entrance animation and launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of being a super attack for 3 turns from the start of turn when there's another Terrifying Conqueror category ally on the team, which is going to be common. He leads Terrifying Conquerors and movie bosses, right? You get the extra 30% if you're on Transformation Boost, which is going to be most, like, villains, right? That's going to be your Coolers, it's going to be like a bunch of cells, characters like that, right? Janemba, you guys get the point. Key plus 5. Attack and defense plus 100%. He gets an additional 5 key, or well, 1 key and 10% defense up to 5 key and 100% attack and defense with each attack performed. This is good because it's each attack, so normals count. Right here, just baseline forever, he launches 2 additional attacks, each of which has a medium chance of being a super. Pretty much just like Gamma 2, right? Except his is, well, his is always, isn't it? So this is pretty much exactly like Gamma 2. And then he launches an additional super attack, starting from the turn in which the character performs the 10th attack in battle. So whereas Gamma 2 gets like a 70% chance on the, 5th attack, this guy gets a guaranteed additional on the 10th, which seems like a lot, but he's getting his base attack, he's getting an additional here, and 2 additionals here, and he can do the hidden potential attack. So on his like 2nd turn, he can do like 6 attacks potentially, so keep that in mind. This Cooler is very, very good. There's nothing really in particular that I need to point out, other than he's getting a ton of key, which is good, right? Because he gets 5 key here, and he gets another 5 key here. He can build up to 10 key, and you're going to build that up really quickly. And then he's just doing a ton of attacks. Now, down here on his, well, I guess we can look at his active skill. He has one of those as well. He greatly raises attack. Or let's look at the condition first. You can activate it after performing 8 attacks in battle. He greatly raises attack, and he disables enemy action once within the turn. This is so powerful. I cannot, like, this ability, I don't know how many times I've had it delete a super attack. Now, I've also had it a lot of times where it deletes the attack right before the super attack, but this is a supremely powerful ability. A lot of times you'll go into a rotation, and you've just got one attack sitting there in slot 1, right? And you're like, that could be a super. I didn't get supered last turn. And you just use this guy's active skill, and boom, it's gone. So, that is a powerful ability. This, anytime you see this on a character's kit, my eyes kind of like, you know, perk up a little bit. So on his 12 key, he greatly raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage, and lowers enemy attack. This is good because, as you can tell here, he's going to be doing a lot of 12 key additionals. And so every time he does that, he's going to get a 50% defense raise, which is very good. And then his ultra super attack is 18 key, stacks attack. And obviously that's good because it raises the attack value of the active skills. So just a very good designed character. These are his links. All villain characters you want to link level. I don't think there's a single villain character that you don't want to link level. All of their links get significant power at link level 10. For this character in particular, you want to make sure these 3 right here, these are the core that you want at link level 10. Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, and Thirst for Conquest. You're going to generate so much power having these at link level 10, so make sure you're doing that. His links down here, he's probably the best, or like close to the best unit on each of these teams. Just very powerful, except maybe like Final Trump Card, because that just got like the new 8th anniversary LRs. But I can't really think of many units that are better than him on any of these categories at quick glance. So in addition to him like being an insane leader, he's probably also like the best character on each of these teams, which they don't really have leads at the moment, but like Wicked Bloodline kind of does. But you could run this guy as the Wicked Bloodline leader. You could more or less run this guy as the target Goku leader, because a lot of Friezas are on target Goku. You know, Space Traveling Warriors, a lot of the Coolers and Friezas are on Space Traveling Warriors again. So you can kind of just build different teams from this guy's leader skill because of how good he is. So down here, these are his best linking partners. Now, this EZA Cooler is going to be his best friend. He gives him 50% support. This guy gives the LR 50% support. And is just like, and stacks defense, is a solid unit. We will be sure to have him on the team. Most of these units are kind of old at the moment. You can kind of get away with running this guy. This guy's aged out a little bit. You know, this guy's okay. You can definitely run him. Golden Frieza's still maybe top 10. Baby's about to get his EZA on JP, which should come out in December or November for Global. Janemba is still very solid. This guy's okay. I'm not a huge fan, but he's okay. And so you can already see that, like, this guy has some decent linking partners. It's just, you know, you want to make sure that you've got Big Bad Bosses, Metamorphosis, Thirst for Conquest active. So that's why this guy's going to be his best friend. That's who we'll have him next in the showcase. This guy is a red zone level character. This is a red zone level threat. So we are going to hop into a red zone stage here shortly. But first, let's get into the actual team building here. So let's swap back over to the actual game. Here we go. All right, so we've got it set up here. We got the team name up there. Okay, so let's start out. So I've already got it filtered to his leader skill. I'm going to further filter it a little bit, though, and switch it to just extreme class. That way I don't have to deal with the random, like, movie bosses that I don't want to put on here. So like I mentioned, first we're going to put the EZA Cooler on the team because he supports, and they share, like, 6 out of 7 links. So obviously I want him on the team. Next up, we just want to kind of bring some more units that are, you know, red zone viable. You know, I kind of mentioned that we don't get very many villains too often, so it can be a little tricky finding units for this, but there are a few that stick out. So let's go ahead and grab those two, as, you know, they're both pretty modern and solid units. Yeah, well, Janemba's not really modern, but he's still solid. Okay, who else do we want to bring? We need 2 more units. There's not really rotations that I like to do for villain teams. I kind of just play it as is. We actually can bring Piccolo Jr. He will work well on this team because he shares Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest with a lot of these units. So let's go ahead and bring him. And then we need 1 more unit. Oh, obviously, let's bring this guy right here. So that'll be good. I'm waiting on part 2 so that I can actually rainbow this guy, right? We've got him at 69%. I cannot wait to actually rainbow this LR Golden Frieza. Still one of the best villain units in the game, but like I mentioned, he's not really a leader, he's a complementary piece. So, you know, we get a number of villains, but not all of them are leaders. So the fact that this Cooler is a villain leader is a little bit special. So if you pulled him and you didn't necessarily get the 8th anniversary LRs, you shouldn't really feel too upset because, hey, you got one of the, like, 2 villain leaders in the game. The other one being this guy. And they both lead, like, terrifying conquerors, so I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into an event. I'm going to pick one, and we're going to come back whenever we're actually in the event. So hang tight, we're going to jump in shortly. Alright, we got pretty good opening rotations, surprisingly, so we're hopping in here to the Cell Red Zone stage. So this is a nice one. Cooler's one of these characters that needs to build up a little bit before he really kind of settles in, and, you know, he stacks attacks, so I figured this was a good stage. The Cell stage is a little bit longer, it's got several different typings, and so I figured this would be a good stage to hop into. We're trying to get different representation of a lot of these fights in these videos, so let's go ahead and start going. I mean, we can do this, sure, why not? We can go ahead and get a stack right off the bat. There's no reason to go for the defense raises because he's only getting attacked in slot 1. We can get attacked with Janemba, that's very good. Janemba wants to build up in slot 2 and 3 before he settles in as a slot 1 tank, so being able to build him up a little bit here in slot 2 will be good. We will float him off probably next turn, depending on what the rotations look like. That way we can keep Easy A Cooler with LR STR Cooler here. Now, I forgot to show his defense, but you can tell there from the first attack that we took that it wasn't super high, but he builds up as we do attacks, right? So just the more attacks we do, and, you know, each of these could be super attacks, but in classic Jordan fashion, I get a bunch of normals. That's what I see from these units. Like, this guy, Gamma 2, back in the day, Tech Vegito Blue, the TUR. I guess LR, STR Gogeta, right? Just a lot of these units that have additional chances that aren't guaranteed supers. For me, if it's not a guaranteed super, I'm not seeing it. Unless it's this guy. This guy right here, I wouldn't be surprised if he does like 4 or 5 attacks right now. Because Piccolo Jr. is just that guy for me. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, here he goes. I'm gonna have to be careful and not make sure this doesn't turn into a Piccolo Jr. showcase, because this guy is actually this guy. Like, look at this. This is, oh my, thank you, Piccolo Jr. Look, it's the Piccolo Jr. showcase. Oh, I love Piccolo Jr. Yeah, do one more. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Man, if Cooler had just given us like 1 extra crit, that would have been so good last turn. Because it would have let us, you know, like save this guy's damage reduction 1 extra turn. Now we're going to kind of burn it up a little bit here. I guess let's go ahead and start getting Metal Cooler built up a little bit. We are going to float Golden Frieza. That may seem a little odd, but, you know, he's just here to kind of help provide some extra defensive support. And really, he's just the 6th unit on the team. You know, for a lot of people, he may actually be the 1st unit that you put on the team. But for me, until he's, like, Golden Frieza is one of those characters that really thrives off of dupes. And so at 69%, he's really not, like, as good as, you know, maybe you see it, as good as he could be, or as good as you see in other people's showcases. So right here, we can actually float off Janemba. He should be just fine. We do have type advantage, so I'm not too worried about him. We could do this, but I'm going to put Cooler in slot 1. We're going to lose out on a little bit of power from Legendary Power, you know, forgive me. But, you know, I don't really see it as too necessary here to get that extra. Just squeeze out the little extra attack. I want to protect the Easy A Cooler since he didn't get the super attack last turn. Okay, we would have been fine But yeah, Cooler's already up to a 9.6 million attack stat. Keep in mind he is stacking on his 18 key. Hopefully he can give us some nice additionals here. Come on, there's one. Give me a super. No, you're giving me normals. Give me supers. Okay, this should be a... No. Wow, okay, so this is actually going to hurt a little bit because we didn't get any 12 key raises. Got pretty unlucky there with the attacks. And he debuffed us, you know. Cooler, that's kind of what you get there, buddy. If you're just going to go throughout this entire showcase giving me normals, you know, the people are going to think you're fraudulent. They're not going to listen to me whenever I tell them that you're one of the best villain units in the game. They're going to go, this guy? This guy? This is who you're hyping up? Come on, Cooler. You know, listen, I'm trying to be nice to you for once. You know, you're doing your typical fraudulent behavior. Let's break the habit, buddy. This is the problem with additional units for me. Is if it's not guaranteed, or at least a high chance, like these medium chance to additional units are just so ugh. Let's do this. We'll just float Piccolo Jr. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about him. Okay, let's go ahead and get some build up for this guy. I'm not really worried about this guy's super attack, but I guess we can be. We can just stack up his attack anyway. You know, it's a Cooler showcase. Why not just show off both Coolers? There's no reason not to. All right, things are going well. Cooler, yeah, Cooler's getting some hits in. Yeah, they're all Cooler, buddy. Let's see. Let's see the friend Cooler. This is like his first turn, right? Pardon me. I'm trying to look up something on the wiki at the moment. Where is... Huh. Interesting. There they are. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up the card for the next video. Just because there's not much for me to... Oh, Cooler! Was he actually going crazy and I missed it? No! What? We got the 12 key. Wait. Guys, did I miss something? Did he actually go insane? Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a tough rotation here. And I think we're going to leave it just like this. Even though, like, we're going to lose this guy off rotation. But I cannot, in good faith, put either STR unit in front of that barrage of AGL attacks. So we're going to leave it just like this. This Frieza might take some damage here, but he'll take less than anything Cooler would take. We're going to save the active skill. We're going to keep stacking it up a little bit. So keep in mind, next rotation we will lose the support, but we will still have Ma Junior on next rotation, so we'll still be able to get big bad bosses active. That's always the big problem with these Frieza units is that you know, they don't have big bad bosses. I don't think they even have Thirst for Conquest. So they're really only providing the Wicked Bloodline links, which are okay for key and attack, but you lose out on a lot of defense. So yeah, I'm glad we put Frieza there in the first slot because Cell did super. So I don't. He hits for like 1 million, doesn't he? And he debuffs, so I don't think Cooler didn't need to face the wrath of that right there. Now we might still get supered here at the end. But after we do 2 more attacks, which we will do on this turn, we are going to launch the guaranteed additional, which we get for doing 10 attacks. So that'll be good. We are guaranteed to do a 12 key attack on this turn, right? Finally. We're up to a 13 million attack stat too, by the way. There's a nice crit. All right, buddy. So there's that one. So now we're going to get the guaranteed one. Well, okay, so we're going to get the other passive one first. Now we get the guaranteed one? Now we get the guaranteed one. Goodness. I swear, it's like, at some point we get a guaranteed one here. Oh. Nice. So yeah, double digits is pretty good. Type disadvantage. I'm glad we didn't get super there, though. Sadly, we're losing the support off rotation, but it is what it is. We had to play smart there. All right, so Janemba, we could use his rage mode. I don't really feel the need. We're actually going to do this. We're going to keep Janemba on rotation here, and we're going to float off LR Metal Cooler. So let's go ahead and we'll just grab that with Janemba. We'll get another stack in with a friend Cooler, who apparently, I guess, went crazy last turn or something. I don't know. I'm telling you, I looked away to the Dokkan Wiki to pull up something for the next video, and, you know, here we are. Oh, you want to nullify that, Janemba? No? Okay, well, that's all good. 166k, not too bad. For how old Janemba is, that is actually not too... How old is Janemba now? 2 years old? Is this his 2nd anniversary? Yeah, he is 2 years old this year. So he was 1 year old last year. Yeah, he's two years old and still hanging with some of the best units in the game. So pretty good, pretty good. I think my Janemba is mostly additional, and then he has like, I don't know, 10 or 15 dodge, which I think is pretty good. He can still tank most normals. It's really only the super attacks that are going to give him trouble. So I don't know. It's like I want him to build up quickly in slot 2 or 3. So I built him with additional, but you build him however you want to build him. Oh, nice. We can do this. I mean, we could do this. But, I mean, Cooler doesn't get that much. Like, he gets some attack, but I don't think he's getting any defense. Yeah, 392 in both slots. So yeah, we can just put Cooler in slot 1 here. I don't really need to get the 24 key. I'm actually going to give these to my Junior to give us a little bit of healing. And then Frieza doesn't really need anything, so we'll just float him off. All right, 8.8 million. Again, we lost off the 50% support, and our intro is off at this point, so... There we go. Yep, now we're starting to do the additionals. This is the guaranteed, or I think this is the guaranteed one. I actually don't know what order they're coming in, but finally we're getting some additionals is the important thing here. Keep in mind, each of those gives us a 50% defense raise. There we go. Nice. There we go, Cooler. See, you can crit an additional. It's okay. All right, this guy is pretty much guaranteed to super in slot 1. I will just, what do I want to do? Do I want to float Janemba? No, I want to do this. Janemba should be able to tank this super attack. Yeah, he can tank it. I'm not worried about Janemba here. Cooler will be fine. You know, I could have actually used the attack break here and broken that attack. Man, actually, why don't we do that? I'm going to pause, I'm going to reset the turn, and we're going to actually use the attack break here. All right, so we're keeping the turn in the exact same order that it's in, but this time, after we collect the key spheres here with Janemba, we're going to use Cooler's active skill. It's going to do a ton of damage to this guy. 1, because he's type effective, but 2, he's been stacking up quite a bit. And we have support on rotation, and we have all 7 links active, and they're link level 10. And then it's also going to break this attack here in the first slot, so we don't have to worry about Janemba getting supered. Pretty much guaranteed this boss supers you the first attack, so we are breaking the super here. So let's go ahead and play this. Can you imagine if we actually got the crit on that? We would have just one-shot this phase. That's pretty good if you ask me. All right, here we go. We're going to be moving into the final phase after this. So yeah, there we go. I am 98% certain we just broke the super attack effect, or the super attack there. So that's good. And then Cooler's going to drop a huge attack stat, assuming Janemba doesn't kill it. Yeah, 15 million. This Cooler drops. Uh-huh. That is, you know, on a scale of 1 to good, I would say that's good. 13 million on the crit, jeez. All right, here we go. I'm tempted to leave it just like this, and also use this Cooler's active skill. All right, I'm gonna turn on the skip. We're not going to use the active skill on this turn. We're gonna be a little greedy. We're gonna do a little greeding, and we're gonna save it. All right, let's do this, and that should drop the int key sphere, and I can get a super with my Junior. All right, we should be pretty safe on this rotation. The only way we die is maybe... I'm not worried about my Junior. I'm not really worried about this guy. The only way we die is if, like, this guy gets supered, and he survives, and then, like... well, this guy's not going to take damage from normals, so... I don't know. I don't really know what we're worried about here. If anything. Okay, that's a little bit of damage because he's not built up yet. But we should be okay. I guess we'll get the Dokkan attack here. Why not? Boom, boom, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That'll get us some extra damage done on this turn. Coolio. So, if Cooler gets supered, we might... I say Cooler. If Final Form Cooler gets supered in the middle slot, we might die here because of how much damage Metal Cooler took at the beginning. But as long as he doesn't get supered in the middle, or as long as he gets a couple 12 keys off, we should be fine. He's up to 11 million with no support now. That's pretty good. pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Come on, give me a 12 key. Nice. Give me another one. So every 12 key, again, is raising his defense by 50%. I forgot what it was. It was like right around 400k, wasn't it? At the, whenever we looked at it. So, you know, it's up around 600k now. All right, there we go. So now it's up around 800k defense. Because each one is giving like 50%, right? So, can we do one more? No. Okay, that's good. All right, we're at double digits from normals. Okay, we survived. Now, I'm not too concerned about Piccolo Jr. here. He should be close to, if not fully built up. As long as he does, like, 2 super attacks here, I'm pretty confident in him. Yep, there we go. There's 2. He could do 2 more. He still has the 30% chance and the hidden potential system. There. Oh, no, that's him supering. That's not my junior. Okay, we should survive here. I'm not too worried. My junior doesn't die here, right? Yeah, what a beast, man. Of course he doesn't die. And we're back up to full health because of the Dokkan attack. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and put Janemba in slot 1 again. He just supered us. I'm not too concerned about that. So we can just slide him there. It should just be normals. We can do that, and then we can get some heal. Well, we don't even need healing, but we can just get some same type orbs, I guess, for the fun of it. Get Frieza some, get Frieza some love in this video. All right, if we don't KO Cell this turn, which I think we might, it'll depend on what Cooler in the middle wants to do. Well, actually, no, I think we're going to KO anyway, because Frieza's got the guaranteed additionals coming in. He's going to do 2 attacks. So yeah, we are definitely out of here. I guess it's just a matter of, does Cooler KO him, or does Frieza? And it'll depend on what he does with the crits. All right, there we go. We ended off with Cooler getting the KO. So that is Cooler. You know, if you pulled him, you've got a pretty nice villain lead. The only issue is that we don't really get too many villains in the game, so it might be a little slim pickings for a while, but, you know, it's been a year and he hasn't been replaced yet as, like, the Dokkan Fest LR King, so, like, villain king, that is. So, you know, maybe Worldwide's coming up, and he's going to get a good running partner there, so be on the lookout. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helped you out. Stay tuned for the Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta video next.